Hey, you are watching Half Asian Tarot Queen. I am Alisa, and I'm doing another reading. Kind of went on a little bit of a day trip earlier this week, so I've kind of got a little bit of a backlog of readings happening right now. But, oops. Okay, this just plopped. Ooh. Okay, so this just plopped out. This guy's been coming out a lot lately. Harsh Truth. There was a reading not that long ago called Cold Hard Truth, which I'll link up there. And then this was at the bottom. Five of Swords. So this kind of indicates there's like winners and losers. And it's like it's like a fight to the death kind of, you know. I mean, this really makes me think of what's going on in Ukraine. When I pull it down, we get the King of Pentacles. We get a Cup of Love. We get the Three of Swords. And we get the Queen of Pentacles and Eight of Wands. So change coming in. So it's interesting because we have this fight to the death and we have this matched divine pair, but in between them there's this Cup of Love, and then there's also heartbreak. So it's almost like interesting. So there's this message coming in or some change that's going to happen, but it's almost like these two, there's love here. And this is a divine connection that's meant to happen, but there's some heartbreaking circumstance that's like blocking it from coming together right now. So perhaps this is a matter of timing, or I mean, because they're meant to be together, but right now this is what's going down. So this is interesting. It's like, I'm not sure what that means. And then we have this harsh truth that's happening too. So it's just sort of like, this is an interesting story that's unfolding. So, okay, so I'm going to go to the mystical shaman. My mom's doing her thing back there. Oh my gosh. So when I split the mystical shaman, we got the sorcerer. So this is like some sort of toxic situation, toxic distortion that needs to be healed, that needs to be integrated. But right now it's like sort of like blocking someone from perhaps seeing things the way they really are, or and inevitably this is kind of the foundation for some sort of deception that's sort of it just blocks things from moving forward in like a functional way. And then we have fire. So whatever this situation is, it's being transformed. So perhaps whatever it is that's blocking these two, because perhaps whatever's blocking these two from is whatever is being sort of like resolved by this battle. But there's going to be some sort of heartbreaking loss that brings them together, maybe. Let's see what happens when I pull this down. Yeah, so there's like all this emotion underneath this that needs to be released, like tons of emotion, and there's guidance. And then when I pull down the fire, we have many paths, and we have the wind. So yeah, there's like change, there's this transformation happening, and we have many paths. So again, it seems like there's like something where there's going to be like winners and there's going to be losers. Like, and this is a message that's been coming in a bunch, where it's like there's folks who have kind of done this inner work and come into alignment with the truth, and those folks are going to be fine. You know, they're the ones that are going to come out on top. But if you haven't, if you're sort of like, if your foundation is based on some sort of illusion, it's going to be a really harsh moment. And that's the thing that's been coming up a bunch too with the eclipse, where it's just sort of like illusions are sort of being confronted, and like the princess bubble is being popped, you know. So I don't know, but this looks like fairly dramatic. I'm going to the Light Seers, and I'm gonna see if I can get some more ideas about what's going on here, but this looks pretty intense. Okay. Okay. All right. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. So something is moving forward. And this is like a sustainable movement. This is like built to last. This is the Knight of Pentacles. So it's like slow moving, but it's like it's built to last. And we got, it's interesting because we have two aces. So this and they're separated by the Death Rebirth card. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, Death Rebirth, and the Ace of Wands. So this is like a huge, powerful new beginning. It's passionate, it's fiery, and it's like we've got this pentacle energy. So there's like, it's this stable, perhaps financial opportunity, maybe a job, some sort of financial opportunity. And it's kind of creating some confusion because this person's like, you know, what's behind door number 3? What's behind, you know, which way should I go? Like there's all these different options and they're a little bit confused. You know, so they're going to have to be discerning about what to pick. So I'm going to go to the Bianco Nero and get maybe some more clarity with the black and white deck, because it's just like, what's up with this new beginning? And like, what does this have to do with the romance and the distortion? And let's see if I can get anything else. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it definitely looks like it's dramatics. Okay. All right, so we have this Nine of Cups. So somebody's wish is being granted with whatever this movement is. And it looks like it's this wounded warrior whose wish is being granted. It's interesting because we have these 2 9s. So like this is the end of some kind of era. But this person who's really been run through the ringer and just like been a trooper, like that's the person who's going to get their wish. But we have the Tower here. So some faulty foundation illusion is crumbling, and that's flanked by the Queen of Wands and the High Priestess. So maybe some sort of situation involving these 2 ladies is crumbling, and what's emerging from that is like this new opportunity. So there's this transformation, and it's almost like what I just got was, it's like the situation is crumbling, and out of that, the ashes of that, like one person has sort of like built their foundation on illusion, and one person has kind of built their foundation on a solid footing. And so what I'm getting is that this tower is going to come down, and we're going to find out which one is which. And there is going to be a new beginning for someone, and there's also going to be confusion because it's just sort of like a force of nature is going to be it's kind of like going to reveal whose house falls down and whose is built on a solid foundation. So that's maybe what this harsh truth is. So yeah, it's really interesting. I'm still not sure what's going on with this blocked divine union here, but I'm gonna go with the Queen of the Moon Oracle and see what we get here. Oh my gosh. Drama-rama! Okay, we got sovereignty. So this is empowerment. Stepping into one's authority. We have extremes. We have beauty. And we have action. So this new beginning is here. Clearly. I mean, it doesn't get more new beginning than this, you know? And it looks like there's going to be like extremes because we're going to have like both sides of the spectrum. So we might have some people really acting out and being toxic, and then we might have someone who's like totally like coming out smelling like a rose. Like that was this reading that I just did, so I'm going to post it right here because it was just like all about like all this stuff is like falling to the ground, and like this person is gonna like come out smelling like a rose because it's like the truth is coming out, and like maybe they've been oppressed by some sort of circumstance, but they're coming out smelling like a rose, whereas like this other person is really going to be acting out because they've maybe built a foundation based on illusion, and that is also going to be made clear. So expect drama, and definitely change, and definitely expect the unexpected, because it looks like there's going to be some twists and turns in this immediate future here. So stay tuned. We'll be back soon with more messages.